We have some still, so we have some still joining, but I just want to go ahead and welcome everybody because I want to get started with this session since we're right here at 12 o'clock. So welcome. My name is Patty Strom, the Parent Resource Coordinator and Trainer for the SALT Talks, as well as this session, the SALT Talks Lunch and Learn. It's something new we're trying this year, just to try to get some of these other side topics, transition related topics, make them available, and so parents are aware of some of these other services that are out there. Today, the Disability Benefits 101 website, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with it, but I think it's a very useful tool for information. And then just the benefit analysis and tying it in with the benefit analysis. Some of you may know what that is and some may not. I've had two done, as I was talking to our speakers previously before we started recording and before the session. But I had one done when my son first started going through employment, and then a second one done later when we changed from SSI to SSDI. So in the sense, we're in future planning and SALT Talks. And so this kind of ties in with the future planning, because you need to get some of this stuff in line. And these are just such helpful tools and information to know. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our two speakers today. We have Beth Reisner with Butler County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and Latasha Olinger with Warren County Board of Developmental Disabilities. So I'm going to turn it over. I think, Latasha, you said you were starting off, or?
Yes.
I'll hand it over to you guys.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm going to share my screen. Can everyone see it?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Patty, for introducing us. Everyone, thank you for taking the time out to speak with us today. As Patty indicated, my name is Latasha Olinger, and I work for Warren County Board of DD as a work incentive coordinator. Elizabeth Reisner and I have teamed up today to share information with you regarding benefit analysis and to review an online resource called Disability Benefits 101 to help you plan ahead and learn how employment and benefits work together. I will start off by explaining what is a benefit analysis and the purpose. A benefit analysis summary is a comprehensive report. Sorry guys, hold on. A comprehensive report that contains detailed information about an individual's benefits and how these benefits are affected by employment. The benefit summary and analysis should analyze the beneficiary's earning goal, a range of earnings, and contain all the following components: confirmation of all benefits received, discussion on how an individual's earning goal will impact their benefits, identify work incentives, wage reporting requirements, recommendations for employment services that could help an individual achieve their employment goal, options for resolving benefit-related issues, and other potential resources. How to get the process started. Your service support professional, sorry guys, my finger's going too fast on the iPad. Your service support administrator, also known as SSA or service coordinator, or your vocational rehabilitation counselor with OOD can refer you for a benefit analysis. That is typically what occurs for individuals that receive services from the county board. Services can be provided by your local county board of developmental disabilities, opportunities for Hines with disabilities, or a private agency. Each agency may have their own referral process. After you have been referred for services, the agency assigned to complete your benefit analysis will contact you to gather information and to obtain your signature on, on all necessary release forms to verify benefits. Depending on benefits received, you may be required to sign several release forms. For example, a release of information may be requested for Social Security and Job and Family Services. Release forms will be sent to the appropriate agency to verify benefits. Social Security Administration will provide a benefits planning query to confirm benefit status. Other agencies' benefit verification may vary. Job and Family Services have their own way of verifying benefits, and each local county might do it differently. In some cases, it may take 4 to 6 weeks or longer to obtain all benefit verifications. An individual may be asked to request their BPQI from Social Security if the agency is having a difficult time obtaining the document from Social Security. What is a BPQI? A BPQI is a detailed report about the disability benefits an individual receives from Social Security. It will confirm the type of Social Security benefits a person is receiving, such as SSI, known as Supplemental Security Income, or Title II benefits, such as SSDI. It will confirm the payment amount, payment status, and identify use of work incentives. If you want to request a BPQI report on your own, you can call Social Security at the number listed. You should notify your Social Security office if there's any incorrect information listed on the BPQI. We provided a link below where you can locate your local Social Security office. All you have to do is type in your zip code and it'll populate which local Social Security office serves your area. Here's an example of what a benefits planning query looks like. As you can see, it provides detailed information about an individual's benefits, when they became entitled to the benefit amount, if there's any overpayment or any monies that's been withheld due to an overpayment. It'll share information regarding their next medical review. It will also include any health insurance that's related to the Social Security benefits that an individual is receiving, any work incentives that's been utilized, if they have any work earnings. And here recently, Social Security has informed us that they're no longer going to be providing the IRS record earnings, but that information in prior used to be listed as well. As you can see here, it provides information regarding if someone had earnings prior, and if that information is incorrect for some reason, individuals should definitely follow up with Social Security to make sure that information get corrected.
Latasha, there is a question in the chat. Do you want to take the questions throughout the presentation or just at the end?
I can go ahead and take it. That's fine.
This is Brenda Son. She's asking about, and Brenda, you can correct me if I don't read this correctly, but they're referring to developmental disabilities, but mental illness. Who does the, I guess, does the mental illness?
Can you repeat the question, Patty? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's see. What is not DD, but mental illness? Who does this? And the benefit, and she just put benefit analysis. Okay,
if she's referring to someone that maybe not be enrolled in DD services, they can reach out to OOD would be a good source to reach out to see if they are eligible for services. There's also a Ticket to Work program that's associated with Social Security that may be able to provide that service as well if they're receiving Social Security benefits.
Thank you. Does that answer your question, Brenda? Okay, very good. She does.
This form right here is a sample of what a disclosure form would look like from Social Security for Social Security to be able to disclose information. This next form is a consent for release of information. It's very important to have correct information listed on this form. If not, it could delay the process for the agency to obtain information from Social Security. I have seen where someone may have said they are a guardian and they sign this form, but for some reason, Social Security don't have them listed as a guardian on file. So they're unable to provide me with the information to either provide them with a copy of, I'm sorry, not me providing, but if the guardian submit the proof of guardianship or have the individual sign. So technically the individual can actually sign this or the guardian. I typically try to get both the individual signed sometime. That way there's no hiccups in the event that Social Security don't have guardianship documentation on file for an individual. Now I would turn it over to Elizabeth for her to further explain this process.
Hey, well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us on your lunch break. I'm Elizabeth Reisner. My job here at Butler County is Employment Services Coordinator, so I help connect our lovely job seekers to jobs. So I'm going to talk to you, like Latasha said, a little bit about what happens after the BPQI is received. So after receiving the report, the information is collected to create the benefits analysis report based upon, and this is very important, a person's own unique circumstances, because everybody's different. That's the whole point of us getting the report. SSI and SSDI have different rules when it comes to counting income. I have put a document in the chat that goes over those key differences. I kind of framed out what I thought was important for you guys to know. To help you understand the key differences, disability benefits can be a great starting place. And here is the website for your use. If you could please go to the next slide. So here is what the home page looks like. If you click on what benefits do I get, and I've highlighted it here, this will explain to you what the differences are. And it also, I watched the videos yesterday, and they do a good job of questions that a person might have. Next slide, please. They have a section on the webpage that has different benefits planning estimators. So what you can do is kind of scroll over the one that would work for you. So down here at the bottom, we see benefits and work estimator. I'm going to throw in a caveat. Right now, they are working on correcting the calculations. So if you go on the website today and type in your information, the figure that it gives you is not going to be correct. So allow them some time to get the site updated. We will send you out a link of calculation sheets that you could use to figure it manually in the meantime. There is also, if you guys have heard of Medicaid buy-in for workers with disabilities, there is an estimator on there that you can use. As of right now, the state is not charging anyone on MBIWD a premium, but it is updated and it can give you an estimate of what your premium could be when they start charging again. Next slide, please. So here is a sample calculation sheet. And what we did was we just went through and highlighted the different deductions that you could use. So our person, we're going to say they earn gross $1,085 per month. Everybody gets a $20 disregard. So for anybody working or not, you get $20 taken right off the top. Then you get what's called an earned income exclusion. That minuses $65, bringing you down to $1,000. After that, they take the $1,000 that's left and they divide that by 2, giving you $500. They will give you deductions if you have a pass account. And then the total benefit rate for somebody receiving Social Security, their maximum amount for SSI is $794 minus the $500, makes the check amount $294. So down here in the last step, your adjusted SSI payment would be $294 plus your gross earnings of $1,085 equals $1,379. So you're winning, you're ahead here, always by working. Just keep that in mind. If you remember nothing else from this slide, that working is always going to give you more money in your pocket. Next slide, please. The final product. So in Butler County, this is just one, like we said, counties do it differently, but this is just one example of what a full completed report would look like. So the top of it is going to kind of go over the person's scenario. The middle section here goes over the information obtained off the BPQI. And then we have specific scenarios. We'll do a calculation sheet for each person, usually 3 or 4, depending on what different scenarios would look like at different pay rates. And then we give you recommendations of what you can do to maintain your benefits, because that's what everybody, that's the fear that a lot of people have in working is how will it impact my benefits? Next slide, please.
Beth, it looks like there was another question out, and I don't know if it goes back 2 slides, but it says, what is the 500 subtraction? The $500 subtraction. I have a feeling, I think that goes back to there you go.
Oh, it's not a subtraction. So it's $500 and they take half of the person's gross income after the deduction. So after we take the $20 off, the $65 off, that gives us $1,000. Then we take that $1,000, we divide that in half. And so it's half the remainder. And then if we could go back to the very end slide to look at what is contained in the report. Okay, so regardless of where you get the report done at, it should always contain these elements. So a summary of the current situation and work goals, a list of what was verified specifically off the record, calculations about your work scenario and the impact. That's the key there, the impact that it's going to have on Medicaid, SSI, and SSDI. A list of work incentives that may apply to your situation, such as impairment-related work expenses, stable accounts, pass accounts, and reporting requirements. So that is what it contains in a nutshell. I know we have a lot of audience members who do them as well. So if they, feel free to chime in and contribute anything that you'd like to the conversation, or if you guys have any specific questions, we would be happy to answer those.
And Patty, I think there was one slide that I may have looked over when the question came in. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go back real quick just to make sure.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and anyone on here, feel free to ask your questions, because this is the benefit analysis is very, very helpful if you can have one done for your child.
Okay, maybe not. I thought there was one that I had missed, but I don't see that I missed any.
Yeah, I didn't see any that you had missed.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
We do have a question from Brenda's. How do I contact Ticket to Work for Warren County?
So we're actually not a Ticket to Work agency, but we do provide benefit analysis to individuals that we serve. And you can actually start off, if you have someone that's currently enrolled in our services, you can contact you can contact your service coordinator, and then they will help you with the referral process. Either you might be referred directly in-house, or they may refer you through OOD, depending on if you have an open case with OOD.
There is also a 1-800 number that you can call, and I will type that into the chat. Just if you have specific questions. We also receive a lot of questions about impairment-related work expenses, things like that. I can type in a number that would assist you with that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brenda, you're referring, okay, I apologize. So you will want to, we can provide you with the Ticket to Work line phone number regarding benefit analysis for someone that may not be receiving services through either OOD or one of the local county boards.
Yeah, and someone had mentioned about someone with mental health services that could assist them as well. There we are. Okay, well, we know it's a lot of information to kind of wrap your head around, but at least this, having this PowerPoint will give you a starting place. You can familiarize yourself with DB 101. Just go on and do some practice scenarios, of course, once they get it updated, and maybe listen to the videos, and that may spark some more questions or some more interest.
Yeah, I think the videos are very helpful. And then just getting on the website and just clicking around, just getting familiar with it and seeing what's out there. That's what I do. I go on websites and I just click around and just trying to figure out where things are and finding what applies. But if any of the parents, like anybody on here, as you're going on through the day and you think of some questions, feel free to email me. I think I saw, Beth, you put your email out there.
Yes, absolutely.
And then Latasha, I'm not sure, did you have your email out there as well?
I don't, but I can add it. Okay.
So if something comes up, feel free to email, any of us. I see Tammy's on. I don't know. Tammy is with Disney, is with Montgomery County. If you can put your email in there, she also does a benefit analysis for the Montgomery County. Let's see. Sue, I don't know. Sue Slavinsky, she's farther north. She's from Allen County, but I'm not sure if there's anybody on here from there. But Sue, I don't know if you have a benefit analysis person in your office, but feel free to put their information or your email there in case somebody would want to reach out. Trying to think if there's any other counties. If we missed your county, just reach out. We know somebody in that county. So if someone has here, any thoughts on benefit analysis in Franklin County? Do you guys have a connect with like Franklin County, or we could start with the County Board of DD, I guess. And
that's what I would
recommend starting
recommend.
with.
Now, typically, I mean, each county will have a legal aid too that does them.
Right.
And I can certainly look that up for you, but I think a good starting place would be to contact the county board there.
And Lori, are you getting services through the county board there in Franklin County?
Yeah, actually, my son receives services. Yeah. And then I work at a school and try to help families actually across the state who have kids who are all blind or visually impaired, and then may be on SSI and receiving, that working and so forth. So this is really, it's good information, and I will explore that website. Thanks.
So you can go with, through your county board, or also OOD, which is Opportunities for Hinds with Disabilities too. So you would
Great
have
thought.
someone
Yeah.
up in that area for that. It's great. Does anybody else have any other questions about the benefit analysis? It is a very helpful tool. I really, really recommend you getting it and checking out that website. So is there any other questions? Feel free to speak up, or you can type it in if you feel more comfortable doing that.
Patty, while you're waiting for questions to come in, I would just like to share, if someone's out there that's not for sure if they need a benefit analysis, just have a conversation with your team with Warren County or whatever county you're from to kind of discuss the situation, and they can help advise whether or not it's a good time to consider a benefit analysis or to hold off on seeking one.
There is a question. If someone got a job, where would they start? What would be the first start is what they're asking.
We would definitely recommend
services. I'm sorry, go ahead, Elizabeth.
I was going to say that we would definitely recommend that you do this prior to starting a job, because we want to set you up for success and not a late reporting to Social Security. So we do have people that do them after the fact, but you're going to want to let Social Security and JFS, also, if you get any housing benefits, let them know right away as soon as you get that first paycheck, because what we don't want to see happen, and what unfortunately we sometimes do see happen, is the dreaded overpayment. So us doing one of these reports early on will help prevent that overpayment in the future.
And they'll calculate like what your potential, what your earnings will be, and, figure out everything and how it, what do I say? How it fits in with the benefits. I think, is that the word I want to use? How it,
Absolutely.
yeah, with whether it's SSI, SSDI, because all these, everything's with calculations. I guess that I don't see any more. Does anybody else have any other questions? All great questions today. Just want to make sure you know where to go, how to reach out. All right, so if there's no more questions, we do have a few minutes, but I'll linger on for last few minutes. But I just want to thank Latasha and Elizabeth for putting this together, getting a great presentation. I'm sure we get a lot of viewers. Like I upload it to the SALT Google Drive, and I also upload it to our live binder, so it's there to reference in the future, along with the SALT talks and all the other meetings that I hold. I load up into those areas so you can see them and refer to them later. Maybe right now you're not at that point, but maybe in 3 months you'll say, hey, what about, we talked about this benefit analysis, and it may be something I need now, so you can refer back to it. And then anyone that you can reach out to, any of the speakers, or me, and just say, hey, you talked about this before. This is my situation now. I'll get you connected with, who can handle that for you at that time, wherever you're at in your situation. So, well, thank you guys for presenting. And we'll be talking about assistive technology next month. I have Safe and Home speaking at our lunch and learn. And then the next SALT Talks is next Tuesday. We have Bpqi coming in. We're going to be talking about guardianship. So hopefully everybody can join us. So thank you all for coming again. There will be a survey at the end, might pop up in your browser, so don't be surprised with that. So thank you again.